Hello, and welcome to another episode of No Small Roles, a D&D podcast where there are no small roles and a shape-shifting slug in Juna's hand.
That's what she said.
Slimy.
Gross.
Oh, this is making me feel all kinds of gross.
Slip and slide.
No.
No.
I'm David Knight, your Dungeon Master, and I'm joined by these, disgusting human beings.
Don't lump us all in together.
Just the garden variety.
Say hi, everyone.
Hi. I have
Hello.
a serious problem with slugs. I can't handle this.
I like slugs.
I hate slugs so much.
I hate them more than spiders or anything like that. Spiders, fine.
Really?
Slugs, no.
Where I used to live, we had a slug problem, and one time we found a slug in our grill, which was on, and the slug had grilled. So when I turn that faceless footman into a slug, is because they are the worst, Burr.
Juna, Juna, Vicky, you deal with your triggers really well. Like you play,
I do. You put them straight in the game.
Fear of needles, I'm gonna play a nurse. Okay? Fear of slugs, I'm gonna turn my enemies to slugs because I hate slugs.
D&D's for, right?
Healthy. Yeah, D&D is therapy.
Well,
Hashtag D&D is therapy.
whilst we decide whether or not you're going to squish this slug or not, let's cue the theme tune.
Can you tell we were stalling there?
Massive procrastination.
Give Vicky time.
Prepare your party of players and polyhedral dice. Your tragic backstory better be worth the sacrifice. Seize your sheets and D20. Let's play D&D. Your haggard character swaggers with daggers in each hand. You've all discussed what you must, but even better laid plans. Take a turn when checks are missed.
Roll initiative. Brandish your blades. Don't fail your saves. No risk too great, no choice to roll. This is your story. No guts, no glory. Confront your fate with every roll. Every
rises inside, one who will pay the price. Their chance of success will rest upon the dice. No risk too great, no choice too bold. This is No Small Roles.
So, into the garden of Chargelt Hall. Gwendolyn got to work stroking the lion statue, whilst Orin very quickly checked if the barrier would allow them to exit safely. Gaius and Juna set up their messaging system, whilst Enkidu looked out for any dangers from the house. With Gaius holding a tuft of grass to signal his position, you all quickly scouted the house, deciding to enter via the back door into the ballroom.
Wait.
Do you know what? I put that in there and I was like,
Absolutely, that's going in there. Yes, Grace.
Yes, Grace.
Music was playing from beyond one door, so you headed through another, passing through a gallery that contained portraits of previous arch-magi. You reached the main foyer and headed downstairs. Exploring the storeroom, staff quarters, kitchen and laundry revealed very little beyond how magically animated everything was in the house. With his detect magic goggles, Orin discovered a hidden trapdoor that could only be opened with an amulet of access. Splitting up to search the building before their bonbons ran out, Gaius and Orin searched the ground floor, while Enkidu, Juna and Gwendolyn headed upstairs. The search wasn't hugely successful, with those heading upstairs discovering that the wardrobes each contained access to the laundry room in the basement, and Enkidu swiping a handful of jewellery. When both parties unintentionally met in the office, their investigation into the magically hidden documents was interrupted by the appearance of Archmagus Petrogranius, or rather, a shapeshifter wearing her face. As the imposter crossed the ballroom floor, Juna quickly polymorphed them into a slug. The door to the music room had been opened, revealing an arcanist wearing the required amulet beyond. And that's where we pick it up. So, you've got about 2.5 minutes left of your anti-magic targeting system bonbon. And you've got then about another, 50 minutes beyond that of being an invisible based on the bonbons. But Juna, you were stood there, slug in hand, invisible. The door has swung open. You've seen this Arcanist, who you recognize as one of the ones who had arrived with Ixissa during when they first caught Pellegrini. And they're eating some food. And they look up and they're looking over at the door, realizing that it has opened seemingly by itself.
So the first thing I'm going to do is slide in through the door in case they close it.
Ooh, very nice.
And do I know how far I am from Guy?
Ooh, having crossed the ballroom floor, I would say you're probably about 60 feet.
60 feet. That's enough for message, isn't it? That's my real question. Am I confident a message?
So there's quite a few walls in the way. I don't know if that makes a difference with message.
I think you're meant to know the general direction, aren't you?
Yeah,
you've
I
got
definitely
a definite
know his
idea of
general
direction. Yeah.
I think I'll send a message to Guy saying, Arcanist in the music room has the amulet, Faceless Footman is a slug. Let me know you get this. Come and help. That feels short enough, right?
Yeah.
I relay that to the team, and I also I messaged to Juna saying, "What's the Arcanist doing right now?
Eating food."
Where is the amulet?
Yeah, is that all they're doing? Are they just eating and?
So, yeah, in between the time of like whilst Guy is like passing that message on to everyone else, they have stood up. They've walked towards the door, kind of opened it even further to look out into the ballroom. And you can just kind of tell that there is a little bit of an awareness that something slightly out of the ordinary has happened. They're not acting on it. They're just looking at this point, but you can sense a tension in them.
So then I reply to Guy, they're looking into the ballroom. If you step on the floor, it will sparkle. Because have they seen that yet? Is that something we all know?
Ooh, that's a good point. I'll say no, actually.
I will warn them that if they step on the floor.
But it won't sparkle with us yet because it didn't before, so it's a magic
it's only if it's a real person.
Detectable person.
Once our 10 minutes is up, then we'll sparkle.
So I'm confused. So much is going on.
It's good for us to know that, though.
It's good to know that the floor sparkling is an option.
Yeah.
I'd like to imagine that we're all just on the precipice of the ballroom, and we all immediately look towards our feet in blind panic.
Yeah.
And then we all look up and see the Arcanist looking point blank at us.
Yeah, if you've all come through, like out of the office, through the conference room, back to that door at the ballroom, you can see very clearly the Arcanist kind of stood at the door looking into the ballroom as these messages are flying backwards and forwards.
And they're just like looking around like,
Just looking around. They're not stepping into the ballroom. Interestingly, they just stood in the doorway, almost blocking the door from closing completely.
David, just remind me, what race are they?
So they're a half-elf. They're shaved head, olive-skinned, half-elf with an angular jaw. Is how I've described them. And again, you recognize them from having arrived with Ixissa. Not the one that stabbed you in the hand, Gaius.
I will just relay to Juno and then to other people. Half-elves can't be charmed, so just heads up, there's no way of us being able to charm this person.
Thank you, Guy. That is incredibly useful.
It's very useful.
Tips.
Yes! That validates my whole thing.
Top character tips from the half-elf on the team.
Yes!
I'll say, with all of the messages flying backwards and forwards, about 30 seconds has gone by, so you're down to 2 minutes.
Fuck.
Whilst this is going on, can I see how it comes off? I feel like Juna's not the best person to be dealing with it, but what she can do is see, can she see how it works and how,
the amulet.
If it's possible to take it off them.
Yeah, so it looks like a large blue gem hanging from a necklace, and as you kind of creep in a little close, again, they've got a shaved head, so it actually is very easy to see the back of the necklace. There's no hair disguising it. It looks like a fairly simple clasp on the back.
David, I don't want to metagame this too much, but am I able to speak to Vicky about something? A thought has just come to my mind.
Yeah,
as you're all stood
there, you've got message. You're firing a back and forth. That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Basically, I just want to send a quick message to be like, are they eating or drinking anything? Can you do something to the food to make them sleep? Anything you got? Because at the moment, they're looking into the ballroom, so whatever they were doing, they're not looking at that currently.
Big brain.
The closest thing I have is minor illusion, but I don't think I can do anything. Is a cantrip, so I'm assuming.
We'd need like a sleep spell or something, wouldn't we? I'm guessing.
I mean, I've
I
got a
don't
sleep
have
spell,
anything like
but
that.
guaranteed they're gonna be quite high
It
level.
won't work on half elf.
Oh, yeah, it won't work on
Yeah.
half-elves.
Let me just. I'll see if I've got anything non-magic. I mean, my head always goes to magic, but let me just have a double check at my inventory.
During all of this, like, I think Gwendolyn will have been very stealthily starting to make her way across the ballroom because the last thing that she heard from Guy was that Juno had said she needed help. So I think just being as stealthy as possible to try and make it across the ballroom.
Yeah, make a stealth check as you go.
Pass without a trace, plus 10.
Oh, yeah.
I still have. Oh, wait, I don't know, because I activated
You
it
activated
10
it-
minutes before we went in, and it lasts an hour.
Yeah, it's already active. I was about to
Right.
check then whether it had already activated. But no, it has already been activated, so yeah, you don't have
Yeah.
to do it again.
And do you get advantage for being invisible?
Oh, that's a natural 20, and
Yes.
so plus 10, so plus
36.
it's 33 total. David.
Oh,
Very nice.
good
Yeah.
lord!
There is
Nice.
not a squeaky shoe as you yeah, absolute silence. Even Orin, as you're kind of watching, it's almost as if like someone has muted Gwendolyn's movements. It's so strange.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I have a food-related question back on the other side of the ballroom. Do we know what would happen if I fed someone a piece of shambling mound?
No, you don't. Give it a good go.
Oh,
They would
no.
they would gag and then need to go to the bathroom and then maybe something would happen. I don't know.
David, I have a magic-related question. My detect magic is still up.
Uh-huh.
I assume that amulet is growing. I assume that amulet is glowing.
It's getting massive. Yeah. Yes, it's clearly got some abjuration, like the other half of the thing that you saw downstairs.
And then my second question is, what else magical is glowing on this Arcanist, please?
Their cloak is the Arcanist robes that they're wearing. Again, definitely has some abjuration style thing going on.
Yeah.
In their hand, seems to be some kind of evocation aura. You can't see any jewelry from where you are across the ballroom, but yeah, you can assume that there is something dangerous, essentially, that they are able to use. It has, like a weapon type feel.
Cool.
Ready to go.
They haven't got Guy's ring, just to check.
No, they don't.
Okay, just
No.
in case. And they haven't got any, like, rings a la Pellegrini kind of vibe going on.
No, you haven't seen any of those. Yeah, it's really just, you can tell from, with the like abjuration, the evocation, it's very much guard duty style of Arcanist. Yeah.
I'm gonna crunch up some bits of shambling mound and hide them in the food on the off chance that is gonna do something to put them to sleep.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. Just look back at their cake and there's a bit of grass in it. They're like, what?
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Amazing. Yeah, I'll allow that. Yeah, so as they kind of have a good look around, they do turn back into the room. They don't close the door, though. And they take a position back on the sofa, but again, don't touch their food. It's almost as if they're, from Juno as you're watching, it's very much a kind of like performative gesture of being relaxed.
Oh no.
Okay.
Which actually, Juno, now that you're kind of in this room, the music room itself is almost like a little performance space. There's the door that you've come in from, one door on the opposite wall, down the other side.
Yeah.
There's a small raised platform in the center of the room with a harpsichord that's playing itself, which is where the music's coming from. Around the room, however, are paintings of other instruments,
Oh.
which you get the briefest idea of what they do as the Arcanist walks back across to sit down. As they pass, there is like the briefest hint of some other bit of music from the paintings, and then they sit down where they were on the sofas.
Is that like all they do? I just want to sort of see if there's anything weird about the room that's covering up something else.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
In the meantime, David, can we assume we're all just slowly following
Yeah.
Gwendolyn?
Edging over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hand on the scimitar. Like, any second.
All of you gathering at the doorway. Yeah.
It's 12. It's not very good.
12. Yeah, no, you get the sense that the idea is that if people are stood around the room, listening to a performance, that they're actually getting a slightly different performance based on where they are in the room, just as a musical space, like an entertaining space.
So they're just in that room having a lovely time whilst they're having to do this job. Vibes.
Exactly. Yeah.
5.1 surround sound.
yeah, exactly that. So Gwendolyn, having reached the door stealthily first, will say, what are you doing?
Can I, with my knowledge of security, does it seem like this Arcanist has just done anything to the door, alarm-wise?
Ooh, good shout. Make yourself an investigation check.
Yeah.
15.
15, yes they have.
Oh, motherfudger.
But what you realise is essentially, as they've been stood there, as they've sort of turned to sort of come back in, you noticed it. It was like the smallest stroke on the door of an arcane sigil that you just know instinctively that that's some kind of proximity sensor, like a check. But magic isn't detecting you at the moment.
Oh.
So in some ways, when you're like, oh, I know what that is, at the same time, you're like, I don't have to worry about it.
I don't have to worry about it. Cool. Okay, I might wave my arm around, hoping that Oren sees it to then signal Guy to message.
I will do so.
And I message going, hey, what's up?
The door is alarmed, but I don't think it will detect us. They're suspicious. Gwendolyn then goes to start making her way through there.
Oren has a look at the door as well from a distance with the goggles. Presumably I can then see, type of magic.
Yeah, again, it is an abjuration thing. It's not a dangerous mark that they've put on there. Just a little warning sign for themselves if anything were to come through the door.
Guy will sneak into the room and just message to Gwendolyn, just saying, time's ticking.
Can you cast sleep?
Don't know if it'll work on them or not. Could give it a go.
Otherwise I can hit them.
Okay. And then I will just message to Enkidu and to Gwendolyn, just being like, be at the ready. I'm going to try something, then shit goes down if it doesn't work.
Okay, yeah. Gonna be sneaked up as close behind them, ready to, punch them in the back of the head.
Does he say anything to Juna, or is Juna just in this room not knowing that anyone else is in this room with her?
I will also message Juna. But,
Thank you.
I won't do Oren. I'm sorry, but I don't want to waste too much
that's
time.
fine. Oren's looking at the door at the moment.
You'll hear lots of things, I imagine, in a second. Anyway, okay. So Gaius will. God, he's got to use his magic is through music. So how's he going to do this quietly?
Great question. I can't wait to hear it.
But they're also in a room of music that changes constantly.
That's
true.
Well,
might get away with
Enkidu would reply to Guy I will take any sound as a signal and have your back. That's all he would have said as he puts his hand in the pocket where the jewelry was, and just holds it firm in his hand, ready.
Fuck it, Guy's gonna go for it. He's gonna start humming. B-O, 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 Ole. Which is actually what my mum used to sing to me when I was little, apparently.
Oh.
And hopefully this will make the Arcanist fall asleep. And I will cast Sleep at... Ooh, I'm just going to check.
Highest level you can.
Yeah, I'm just going to check what levels... Okay, hang on. Oh, fudge, but this is going to really be upsetting.
And me and Juna don't know anything about this.
No. Gosh, this is going to really hurt me. 4th level Sleep.
Oh, no. Yeah.
4th.
Oh, no!
I forgot this hurts, Guy.
Fourth level Sleep, we need this.
As soon as I've heard Guy said that, I've crushed the necklace in my pocket.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. As soon as the singing has started, obviously there's been a small reaction from them because they can hear somebody singing.
Yeah.
I'll let the spell go off before we roll initiative.
Ah!
But we are this is the start of a combat. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Because Gwendolyn and Enkidu were prepped, ready to punch as soon as we saw them suspicious. Do we get a sneak attack in?
I'll say because they were also waiting for something.
Fair.
They were aware that there were some movements around, but I'll say that the two of you are basically stood right there next to them, ready to strike. So you're not having to move around at all.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just doing some maths here while I just work out how many dice I need to roll. So I do 5d8 for level 1, but I'm doing it at level 4, so that's 2d8 for each slot above level 1.
11.
So
11, I think.
yeah, so that's going to be 11d8. Okay. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Promising. And then I'll cast the pain die afterwards.
Afterwards, yeah.
Okay, so who wants to do some maths? 2, 1, 8,
11.
8. So 11 plus 8 equals 19.
I've got you.
Another 8.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's 27.
Yep.
Yes.
5,
32.
1,
33.
8,
41.
3,
44.
4.
48.
Last one. 7.
55.
Basically, yeah. If that reaches their maximum, then they fall asleep. I think is the thing.
Oh,
Man. Roll the damage on yourself, as that will happen straight away as well.
1d. Okay, 4. Okay. 3.
Also, Arcanists are like magic
1.
people, and they don't always have the highest HP.
Yeah.
3, 1, 3. That's 7.
I'm sure they're like, equivalent level to us, like level 8. So that's probably enough, isn't it?
15. So I take 15 points of damage.
You take 15 points of damage. As you conclude your song, they don't fall asleep.
Oh.
And you're not sure whether or not that's because you've not done enough health, or because they're a half-elf who can't be magically put to sleep.
No, I knew that as well.
Oh, Gaius.
Oh no.
Oh, Chris.
Oh, that's a really bad
Chris.
thing from me, guys.
Oh no. Oh no, you.
That's a 4th level spell slot. Fudge!
Oh.
So if we could all roll initiative, that'd be great.
Anyway,
Oh,
Painful
mate.
in 2 senses.
let's make some good bad choices, everyone. Let's
Good
go.
bad choices, everyone.
Good bad choice.
A natural 1 on the initiative? No.
I need something better to roll a dice on because that.
We're
Well,
all
you
gonna
can't get a
die.
natural 1.
Ooh.
You can't get a natural 1. Critical fail initiative. Anyway,
Chris is excited.
I got a natural 20.
Yeah, wasted it on initiative. What?
doesn't count.
It's still exciting. It's still exciting to roll a natural 20.
Yeah.
I'm just being a bitch.
David, I love that you let us do all that maths.
Of course I did.
For God's sake.
I know, right?
Oh, and I love it though because you just told us a top tip about half elves.
Yeah.
And then-
Oh, for God's sake.
I was like, I don't want to metagame it, but we literally just had this conversation, guys.
No, but about charming.
Charmed, but no, but it says underneath charmed. I'm sure it says not even. I don't
Can't
even
be
need to
charmed or
look.
magically put to sleep.
Can't be charmed or magically put to sleep. Oh my God! Actually,
Magic
it's
can't put
staring
them
me
to sleep,
in the face because it's on the interface of the saving throws.
Oh, mate.
Oh, wait, no, wait, hang on. It says A against being charmed. So does that mean advantage?
Yes.
Advantage against being
Yes.
charmed, and magic can't put you to sleep.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
I mean, these are good things for you as a character.
Exactly, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Grace, but I knew that. That was the point.
So, 25 to 20.
I got natural 20
Natural 20 for Gaius.
plus 4.
That's 4, 9. And what did Gwendolyn get?
Oh, not in that one. I just was getting excited. I forgot how an initiative worked.
Oh. Cool. So yeah, Gaius, as you see a reaction from them, you know at least that you're like, huh, and gonna do something else, which is great. 20 to 15.
Me, 18.
19 for Orin.
And 16 for Juna.
And Kidu then, what did you get?
4. Natural 1. Well, I might as well
Amazing.
get that natural 1 out through initiative.
Yeah.
And then have a badass spell to back everyone up. So
Exactly.
That's how dice work, everybody.
Yeah,
It is.
It's definitely how random shards work.
So, yeah, Gaius, having concluded your song, realizing, that didn't work, and seeing them look directly over at you, just flash of inspiration, you're like, yeah, and you do something else. What do you do?
I cast Fairy Fire,
Nice.
Oh.
and I play like a couple of chords on my song that play in with the music that's already been playing, so it just adds to the richness of the tone.
Glorious. Thank you so much. My composer ears are going to enjoy that.
So yes, they have to make a dex save.
A dex save, that was a 6 altogether.
Yep, so they fail. So they are lit up like a Christmas tree, and I'm going to make it a lovely neon blue.
Ooh, nice.
That means that they are going to have advantages on attacks against them.
Amazing.
And then I'm going to take 5 steps, or I'm going to take 10 steps to my right.
Nice. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
Cool. Have you got anything else? Are you going to use a bonus action or anything?
Yeah, go on then. I will do bonus action. Gosh, it's been a while since we've done combat, guys. I'm a little bit rusty.
I'll say if it is a noisy bonus action, that you'll do it before you move. I'll give you that benefit of the doubt.
I'll also do I'll do a bardic inspiration on. Gosh, do I have to see the person? Oh no, that hears you. Okay, great. And I will play some. And I hope that I will play those chords that will inspire Gwendolyn on her next move. So you've got a D8 to whatever you want to do there, Gwendolyn. And remember, Enkidu, you've got one from before.
I do, and it's a D8. Thank you.
In which case, yeah, Gaius, you play your songs, dive out of the way. Orin, it's your turn.
I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. Help.
No.
Okay, I'm just going to do what I don't know what's really happening at this point. Like, guys tried to make them go to sleep. I've probably not been entirely aware of what's going on with that. Guys now singing. I'm just going to try and get near them and behind them and try and, if I can, maneuver myself into a position where I can maybe pull the necklace off their neck in some form in a future moment.
Cool. You don't want to do it this round. You want to wait for it.
I feel like there will be some sort of opening. Can I hold an action to
Yes.
attempt to pull the necklace off their neck if I feel like some suitable distraction has occurred?
Yes, I will allow that.
A scimitar to the neck.
Yes, for example that. In which case, what I will do is put my hands near the scimitar.
Yeah, right in the way. Yeah, absolutely. Ready the action. Cool. So yeah, you sort of edge yourself into the room. You can see Enkidu and Gwendolyn, who've kind of bumped into each other to get ready and in position. But you squeeze in just enough that you're like, yeah, I can grab that if an opportunity presents itself. Gwendolyn, it's your turn.
Feeling Orin slide on in? No, sidle up. That's the word I wanted to say. What was it? Feeling Orin sidle up, Gwendolyn's going to kind of move around to the side a bit. She was going to punch them in the back of the head. She's now going to punch them in the side of the head. She's got advantage because of fairy fire. Here we go.
And you're invisible, right?
Yeah,
And I'm
actually,
invisible.
Was that a kind of a redundant move? Because actually, if you're invisible, you've got advantage as well, do you?
Don't think so. Do you?
Ditto.
I don't think. No.
Well, I did the 2 I just rolled then weren't great, so I'm going to use my bardic inspiration as well to add on to it. So that puts me up to a 22 to hit.
Woo! 22 does hit.
Boom.
Nice.
So yeah, the rules for invisibility: attack rolls against the creature have disadvantage, and the creature's attack rolls have advantage. But you kind of secured the kind of double advantage in case the invisibility dropped.
Yeah.
Well done.
Also means Aggie, if I got Aggie out the bag, like, she'd have advantage now, so that's good.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the slug.
The slug.
So that's 8 points of damage.
Amazing.
I've got a second attack. I'm going in for it. Okay. 19 to hit.
19 does hit, yeah.
Great. That is 9 points of damage. And then I'm going to flurry of blows it with a key point to make 2 unarmed strikes my bonus action.
Ooh, go for it.
13.
Doesn't hit, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's see how the other one does. 17.
17 just hits.
Okay.
Yeah, as like the first couple have like got on the back of their head as they're sat there. They've started standing up, which means you miss the third.
Yeah.
Like turn to see where these punches are coming from. You just get them in the gut.
Yeah. With 6 points of damage.
Nice. Punch, 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 punch. Are you moving anywhere?
That'll give them an opportunity attack, but they'll have disadvantage on their opportunity because I'm invisible.
They can't see you anyway.
Can't see me. So, yeah, I'm going to kind of step back because I don't know what else is going to be flying at them from my buddies. So, yeah, I'm going to... is there just one door in the room, David?
So there's the one you came in and one that leaves, but the like on the other opposite wall. But that one is closed.
How close am I to that?
5 feet? 10 feet?
Yeah, I want to make my way there because I want to see what's through there.
Cool. Are you going to open it or just leave it closed?
I can't because I've got no actions left.
Oh, sure.
I'm just going to stand near it, see how this plays out.
You can see that as you do move out, they do kind of like wave a hand to try to stop any like further incoming punches. But obviously you've moved out of the way and they seem more confused as to where the damage is coming from than trying to hit you. But yeah, you do. You sidle yourself over to that door. It is then Juna's turn.
I have a couple of quick questions. I know what I want to do. If I cast message, that's like a spell on my turn now, isn't it?
Yes.
And my other question is, do I have any indication as to where anyone else is around this person?
You've heard Gaius's music, and you've just seen them being punched.
But I don't know where Enkidu. I don't know where. I mean, I can assume that's. I don't know where Orin or Enkidu are. If I cast, my other question is, if I cast message, is the reply part of that spell, or do I need to wait for that person's turn to hear back from them?
It's part of the spell, I'll say.
In that case, I am going to cast both message and chromatic orb, using 2 sorcery points to cast quicken spell, so that I can message to Orin. Where can I aim a chromatic orb on this person without hurting us? Please. To Orin.
Is there a clear path from where Juna is?
Yeah, I'll say Juna's kind of like back away from the sofa a little bit, down by one of the paintings further in the room. Gwendolyn has managed to somehow avoid Juna in getting to that other door.
Okay.
So there, yeah, I'll say there is a clear angle if you step out of the way.
Oh.
Or like have a small duck, basically.
A small duck. It's a clue. We're on the path. Get back to the spoon.
Here it is. You found the answer to the duck hunt.
Okay, so
truth.
if I feel like I
you
can
can message back whatever you want, Orin. That's your prerogative.
Yeah.
So I feel like if Juna aims with me where I am currently, I might get hit.
It's going to be almost like 3/4 cover for the Arcanist.
But also, you would have seen that I haven't moved. If you want to.
Yeah, exactly. It's more that Orin has to get out of the way, like take a small step, and then the spell can fire off.
Okay. Am I able to do that on Juna's turn?
Yeah. I'll say unless what I will say, because you readied an action to grab the thing, I will allow you to use that instead to duck out of the way.
Oh, sorry, Orin. Oh, Gina doesn't know what you're up to.
Yeah, you don't know. I will. I will duck out of the way and say clear.
Then Juna is going to. Do I have to decide before I cast the spell what level it's going to be? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna, because we've got advantage on this person, right?
You do, yeah.
So I think I'm gonna cast chromatic orb at 3rd level and go hell for leather with this, if this is the plan.
Please do.
So, 21.
Hell yes.
21 hits,
Nice.
Nice.
A hit. A palpable hit.
So I'm going to choose poison damage, I think.
yeah. Ooh, lovely.
Because it feels like it could have come from the food and from the shambling mound. And blah, blah, blah. So 5d8.
Juna's trying to make herself feel like
Feel
that
better.
shambling mound was really what did it.
So 9
Mhm.
plus 5 is 14. 16 damage.
Amazing. What does it look like when that comes out?
So I think it looks like really green, disgusting goop lightning
Goop light.
that sort of splashes them in the head. A bit like sick.
Oh.
Projectile vomit,
Yeah.
lightning.
Amazing stuff. Cool. Are you doing anything else on your turn? Are you moving out of the way?
How close am I here? I've lost track.
It's not that big a room, so you're really only about sort of 5 to 7 feet away from them, like behind the sofa, I'll say. Backed up more into one of the corners.
I would say Juna's going to sort of flatten herself back on one of the walls in that case, thinking if someone else is going in, then she's sort of out of their way.
Cool, absolutely.
Yeah.
In which case it's their turn. The first thing that happens is the trigger, Orin, on their hand of this evocation magic reveals itself, in which this glowing blade suddenly shoots out of their palm, and they're holding it. This silvery steel-like thing, and in a kind of like not quite being able to see anyone, not knowing what or who to target, there's a flash of speed as they start bouncing to each of the locations that they've, like, teleporting-wise, heard or been hit, and they are swinging this blade out each time. So they've, like, bounced over to where Gaius had made a noise, can't hit anything, back to where Gwendolyn had been standing at the sofa, swings out, again, didn't hit anyone, where Juna had fired out her gloopy lightning. And again, missing, and it's just sort of bouncing between these locations for a moment until you come to a stop outside in the ballroom. And they just start backing up slowly into the wider space.
Grace here, keeping you updated with all things No Small Roles related. We had a blast recording the first No Small Questions of 2023 this week. Daryl and Chris spilt the tea to superfan Hannah, and we had a lovely hangout with some of our patrons after the recording. Look out for NSQ episode 16 in your podcast feeds next Sunday. The wonderful Ben Galpin is back on tour with Dragons and Mythical Beasts, but this time in America. Yes, that is right. Listeners in the USA, this is your chance to actually get to see one of us in real life. Ben will be touring until early April, so check out the dates and venues for his magical family show in our show notes. We hope the new year is treating you well so far, dear listeners. Perhaps you're listening to us as part of your new running schedule, or whilst you're spring cleaning, or just having some well-deserved downtime. Perhaps you might want to help us with our New Year's resolution to help more new listeners find No Small Roles. We would be super grateful if you would take a moment to review us on iTunes and Podchaser, as well as rating us on Spotify. You can also give us a shout out on social media at No Small Roles on Twitter and Instagram, and simply searching No Small Roles on Facebook. And if you want to chat with us, the superfans, and your fellow crumpets, don't forget you can join our Discord server too. Link is in the show notes. That's all from me for now. Let's get you back to the action.
It is Enkidu's turn.
Oh my gosh! So they're teleported out of the room and into the ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
Magic.
That's fine. That's fine.
The glittery dust of the ballroom floor, wherever it is that they step.
Yeah.
That's fine. Run out into the ballroom, of course. And as I run, I bring the crushed jewelry back out from my pocket. And a single tear will drop from my eye into my palm. And I'll whisper, "Brethren of my bond, answer my call." And a shadow will just spill out from my invisible form and in front of the Arcanist. And Paul, as I cast Summon Shadow Spawn.
Oh my gosh, that's some like... What's the guy from the frog, the Princess and the Frog?
Oh, that dude.
That's some like, what's he called?
Yeah.
The Shadow Man.
The Shadow Man.
Love it.
Yeah, I cast Summon Shadow Spawn and I say to it, "Make them fear us." As this bipedal figure rises up out of the ground, monstrous shape. I don't know who it is, but it obeys my commands, and it takes its turn after my initiative. So I summon that thing. It's summoned in fear mode, which determines its actions.
Okay.
And that's my action, and my bonus action is to use Hexblade's Curse on the Arcanist.
Oh, that is how you do Warlock, everyone.
Literally.
It would now also be the Shadow Spawn's turn, because it takes its turn
Directly
after my
after yours.
initiative.
Just to check, after summoning it, do you stay where you are? Do you move?
I stay where I am. I stay just before the ballroom.
Okay.
I don't kind of enter out into the floor, but I summon the spirit ahead of me.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Absolutely.
I stay in the door.
Stand in the door.
I stand in the doorway.
It's in which case it's the Shadow Spawn's turn.
Yeah. Yep.
What are they doing?
First, it's going to use Chilling Rend.
What is all of this?
So it gets for the level that I summoned it, which it's automatically level 4. It gets 2 attacks every turn.
Nice.
First attack is Chilling Rend. That's not good. I think that misses. Yeah, that's a 10. Misses that.
Yeah, 10 doesn't hit, unfortunately. As the only visible enemy target, the the Arcanist, sees this creature attack, steps straight out of the way because it's like, okay, finally I can see a thing. I can deal with this.
You'll have to use another one because I was going to do something else, but you'll do it again. Mm-hmm. Oh no, that's terrible as well. It's not looking good. That's a 12.
12 doesn't hit either. Again, the Arcanist is just, with that slightly magically enhanced speed, is just sort of drifting out of its reach each time.
Yeah. And how well lit is the ballroom?
It's bright, so it's because it's daytime. The
Okay.
very large windows with no curtains from the inside, at least, is letting in full daylight into the ballroom.
Fine. It's out there. It's got their attention. So that's all it's got. Unfortunately, damn it.
I mean, it's something though. It's a target for them to play with.
Yep.
It is then Gaius's turn.
Gaius will cast Hold Person at 2nd level. And just for our listeners' benefit, I did roll a dice, and that's from my previous round when I did a 1st level spell of Fairy Fire.
Wait.
And I took 4 more damage off of that. So
Excuse me, I'm really sorry. Didn't roll advantage because it is a Fairy Fire was successful, wasn't it?
Oh, do you know what? I was going to ask if you'd done that, and then I was like, no,
I
I zoned out, and you must have spoken about it.
Well, we'll take both of those as the first attack then. So the first attack fails. Yeah, roll the second one. Roll the second attack.
As a straight roll.
No, do it at advantage.
Natural 13 plus 6 is 19.
19 does hit. Okay, good. All right, so we do get one hit off.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm vindicated.
So that is 1d12 plus 3 plus 4. 10, 13, 17 points.
Of damage.
Yep. And that's cold damage.
Very nicely done.
Cool.
Are they attacking with a sword, with a claw? What's the Shadow Spawn attack with?
It's a claw.
Alright, so yeah, it just gets them, like, as it's sort of darting out of the Arcanist is darting out one way, this claw comes like in a back swipe and just catches them across the cloak.
Great.
Gaius, what are you doing?
I am going to cast Hold Person at 2nd level.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Yes.
So that's a Wisdom saving throw of 15, buddy.
That is a natural 20, unfortunately.
Oh.
Like, every time I've tried to hold person on anyone, it's never worked.
It's
It's such a good idea as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, fine. And then I will run as fast as I can into the ballroom and then bank left.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm between, in theory, in my head, I'm between them and the door that leads to the interior.
Yeah, into like the gallery portrait space. Absolutely. It is then Orin's turn.
David.
Orin.
The scrying orby things in every room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming there is one in the music room and one in the ballroom.
Yep.
Yep. And do I have an idea how these kind of things work? They're scrying. Presumably they're connected to someone. And that someone, I'm just thinking, is possibly not the person in the room with us at the moment.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah. Okay. So Orin thinks, uh-oh, we're on a ticking clock for getting this done. And credit to Chris for having that discussion with me in the DMs just now where we figured this one out. So Orin is... How far away is the Arcanist, please, from Orin?
It's about 25 feet, 30 feet.
25 or 30?
I'll say 25.
Thank you.
Kind of in a straight line. To be honest, you can, from beyond the Shadow Spawn, kind of like fighting them in the ballroom. From the music room through the door, you have a clear sight of them without moving.
Okay. We're just going for this. I would like to run in and attempt to grab the amulet off their neck.
Okay. Can you make... how do we want to do this? Do we want to do it? Well, I'll ask you. How aggressive do you want to do it? Do you want to like almost like tackle them and get it off? Do you want to try to be a little bit sneaky and like sleight of hand it off? Yeah, I'll let you either sleight of hand it or make it a grapple attack. Which would you prefer?
I mean, I would like to go down the sleight of hand route. I guess my question is, is there any chance that Orin in his smith's tools or thieves' tools or tinker's tools that he has on him has some sort of little implement that he can just like
use for like hooking and unhooking bits of metal? I'll say there's a tool involved. Yeah.
Okay.
A full chisel to the face.
Is it still a sleight of hand check? Or
it's still a sleight of hand, I'd say. Okay. Mostly is it's kind of like try it. And again, I don't know how obvious you want to be with it.
As non-obvious as possible.
Yeah, so it's more sleight of hand. So as they're like dancing around this other creature, this shadowy creature that Enkitu's just summoned, to get it off without them noticing as well. Yeah, it's going to be sleight of hand.
There you go. I rolled a natural one.
Oh no!
Oh, mate.
I can't tell you how much I was rooting for this to work, Ben.
Oh, mate.
Okay, in which case, for a natural one, I will say that they use their reaction as you sort of kind of like dart round, grab the back of the amulet. It's just as they kind of like try to move out of the way of another attack of this shadow spawn that they like the amulet like tugs at their neck, and they're going to make an opportunity attack directly at you, especially as you're like holding the end of it.
That's entirely fair. I'm holding something on their neck.
So that is that's a 16.
Okay, I'm going to be entirely fair here.
Yeah.
My armor class is 16, but that's with a shield. I can't be holding a shield while I'm doing this. So I'm going to say my AC is 14 at the moment.
I mean, that's very fair of you. You don't have
I mean,
to
let's
say
be
that.
honest. I can't hold a shield and
Yeah, but if it
just say
matches your AC as well, then you'll hit it regardless.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Means
I'll
it,
find
means
a hit anyway. Stand by.
I mean, that is very
going
nice
to-
on being fair, but unless you're going to cast shields or something.
I will cast shield.
Yeah, there you go.
Am I going to cast shield? No, I'm not going to cast shield. No. We're not going to waste it on this.
You're going to take the damage.
Yeah, take the damage.
Okie dokie.
My AC is 14 though for the moment, let's see. I mean, you know, I say I'm going to take the damage and now Orin does.
And we don't know where he is because we can't see him.
Yep.
Oh god.
Oh, you'll see
No.
his body when he dies.
I'm going to cast shield. Sorry.
You are going to cast shield.
I'm going to cast shield. I don't want to get hit because I'm going to lose concentration on detect magic.
Ooh, okay.
So I'll cast shield, so my AC is 19.
Which means you don't get hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
If you get hit, you lose concentration on whatever you're concentrating on.
Well, you've got to roll a
You have to
concentration
roll a
check.
concentration check.
Okay.
Sorry, that was back and forward on that one, but I think I don't want to get
that's
hit.
fine. That was whilst I hadn't announced any damage, and it would have been a hefty amount of damage. So probably good thing that you cast the shield there.
Good.
And there is a brief moment. How does your shield appear? What does your shield look like?
Oh, such a good question. I mean, I guess it's all invisible, but I think it's like a little, like, suddenly rapidly expanding little, like, almost like a little umbrella. That's like, no one can see it but him.
Well, I'll say because it's a magical effect, it will be seen.
No, but shield is invisible.
Oh, because is shield an invisible
Yeah.
thing? Oh, okay. Well, a nice little invisible umbrella that pops up in front of him.
Yeah. But I think he has like a little like umbrella-y thing that like pops out like little invisible spokes.
I almost want like to imagine that his little tattoo kind of powers up to help protect it. Like it's almost like ooh, as a sudden reaction-y type thing.
Yes. I love that. Yeah, so his tattoo suddenly powers up, springs to life, and stops it.
Nice. Cool.
I would then like to move as far away as I can with the remaining, I think, 5 foot of movement I have left.
Yeah. Are you going to move back towards like the windows and the back wall, or are you going to move more towards to the left or the right?
The windows of the back wall is continuing the direction I've just travelled in, yeah?
Yeah.
Or I will continue the direction I've just travelled in.
Nice.
But just so if he decides to swing where I was 5 seconds ago, I'm not there.
Yeah, exactly. So it is then Gwendolyn's turn.
Okay, how far away am I?
You're probably about 30 feet, which actually isn't as easy to get to for you.
Not as easy.
No, as in like because you can move faster, it
Oh.
is as easy.
It is as easy for me. Yes, it is. Okay. I guess like from where I was, I would have been able to see a tug at the neck.
Yeah, I'll say that. I'll say that everybody has seen the reaction of like them trying to move the necklace being tugged and them swinging into an invisible nothing beside them.
Would could I count my trying to pull the necklace off as an attack?
Yeah, I'll allow that actually. I'll allow that as an attack.
I shall run in and I shall try and pull off the amulet of access as an attack then. In that case, we still got fairy fire, yeah?
Yeah, I'll say that you can use one of your attacks for them, but whether or not you want to do it stealthily, like with a sleight of hand, or whether or not you just want to be full brazen, yanking it off their neck.
Try stealth of hand first.
Cool. Yeah, so for each of the attacks that you would normally do, basically, yeah, make a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand,
and
not
then
stealth of hand.
Stealth of hand.
Stealth of hand. Woo.
Yeah, you can. For each of your normal attacks, you can either make a sleight of hand check to yank it off, or a normal like grapple attack.
I'm gonna try sleight of hand first. Let's see how it goes.
Is it advantage?
And yeah, you do have advantage on the grapple attacks because they're attacks, but not the stealth check. The sleight of hand checks.
Not the sleight of hand checks. Okay, well in that case, let's say that I did an attack then, first one, because I rolled advantage anyway.
Oh, sure.
And that's a 17.
17. Doesn't quite get it.
Okay, with my second attack, I'll try and yank harder.
Yeah, you can see, like, realizing what's happening, like, one hand is, like, holding on to the other end of the amulet.
Yep, any pretense of this is gone.
Okay, this time I come in with a 21.
21. It gets it off the top of their head. Like, they've got one hand on the end of the amulet, but you yank it up so that it is over their head. They're holding onto one end, you're holding onto the chain at the other.
Okay, so we both got in our hands still.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that one hand I've got it in, can I then spend another key point for another flurry of blows to basically punch their other hand off holding it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Great. Okay, nope. But 18?
18 hits, yeah.
18 hits.
Yeah!
So that is, let me do some damage. I suppose, would I have done damage with the other one?
Not if you were trying to
No,
more...
I'm trying to do a different thing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's 9 points of damage to their hand that's holding the amulet.
Amazing. I will say that is enough, like, you get it right in the wrist, and, like, their whole hand spasms and just releases the end of the amulet. So it swings down, and for the brief moment, it's in your hand alone. It's just dangling in the air. Whether or not you want to hit them again before it disappears, or just move, that is up to you.
I want to just move because I've used all my attacks, because the first of my flurry of blows wasn't good enough to even say out loud.
Okay.
So
It's not even worthy of the podcast.
I will use my remaining 15 to move away from them in the direction of Pellegrini.
Okay, nice.
That I've worked out in my head is like the closest, like the best door to try and get me down the lowest.
Yeah, so
do you know what I
was...
meant to say there? Because
I know what you mean. So like, it would basically be the same door to the gallery that you went through before to lead to the stairs.
Going that way.
Which Gaius is in that direction. So just a heads up, you might bump into him.
Cool. Useful if I do.
Yeah.
You might message me.
Yeah. So Gaius, from your perspective, you've seen the amulet like come off of the neck of the thing. It's disappeared, and then, or like sort of as it's disappeared, it's moved in a very speedy fashion toward you.
I love that Gaius doesn't know who's got that. Like,
yeah. Somebody's got it. It's moving in your direction.
Could be the faceless foot mug.
Juna, it's your turn.
Do I see what Gwen has just done?
Yes. Yeah, I'll say so.
Cool. So then, in that case, Juna is going to message to Gwen and say, "Was that you? Do you have the amulet? Shall we follow you down the stairs?"
Yes, I have the amulet. We also still need to deal with this person. I have it. I'm going that right direction. I'm not sure what we should do. Should I still punch? I probably said too much.
Juna can't reply quite as liberally in combat as she can normally. I'm going to spend the sorcery points to reply to Gwendolyn. I think we need some sort of plan, don't we? I think Juna's going to say, I think we should head down to Pellegrini. What do you want to do?
Well, you can do Zone of Truth and the probing of the mind.
maybe we keep making our way there and leave the boys to deal with this person? The lads?
Juna doesn't reply because I've used... I used message and then used quicken spell again and used my sorcery points to send the second message, but I'm out of messages. Juna is going to use her full movement to move near the door. She's also become very aware that if she is hit, she's going to need to make a concentration check, whatever that means within world, and really does not want her concentration to drop.
Amen.
So she's quite keen to keep away.
Amazing. So, sort of darting into the ballroom, but skirting along the edge of it towards the same door that Gaius and Gwendolyn are running at.
Yeah.
Invisible people running at each other. I can't wait.
I just love that Orin is watching everything unfold, but can do nor say nothing.
Good luck, fan artists.
It's so different doing this in combat, isn't it, than last episode where we were
had a bit more freedom.
Yeah. You're suddenly I want to reply. I also want to throw something at them whilst I pass, but I can't.
Sorry, everyone. Just pulling up the spells I need.
Oh God.
Oh, good.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Sweet baby David.
So,
Daddy, be good to us. You've been bad, I know, but Daddy.
That sounded oddly sexual.
There was no oddly about that.
Yeah, completely sexual.
Yeah. As they are dancing around this sort of shadow spawn, they have a moment where they just jump back far enough and, not sure what else to do, mutters some words, points a finger into the center of the room.
Fuck.
And this reddish glow starts to build in their hand.
Oh no.
And
This is a fireball.
Fireball.
fireballs off into the middle of the room.
Do they jump away from the shadow spawn?
Yes, just enough.
Opportunity attack.
Please do.
It's just one, isn't it?
It's our first fireball of the campaign, gang.
First fireball of the campaign. You always remember your first fireball.
18 to hit.
18 does hit, yeah.
Take him.
Well, that's good. 9, 12, plus 4, 16 points of cold damage.
Take them down.
Nice,
Take them
16 points of
down.
cold damage.
This thing is strong, dude.
Well, I mean, they are looking hurt. Their robe is getting tattered and torn with this shadow creature coming at them. But this blasting fireball shoots into the middle of the room, sort of sucks in for a moment and then explodes out. I will say everybody apart from Enkidu and Orin. So Juna, Gaius, Gwendolyn, and the Shadow Spawn. Can you all make dexterity saving throws, please?
No.
Oh, I didn't roll that attack at advantage.
Oh, I mean, you hit anyway.
Check it's not a natural 20.
Check us on natural 20.
Nah, it wasn't a natural 20.
Okay, cool. So you are after a...
And this is not at advantage, is it?
Not at advantage, just because it's an area of effect spell.
17 for dex save.
11.
13 for the shadow spawn.
14 for Juna.
Nice. So I'll roll some damage. Gaius is the only one that saved. It was a 17 that you needed to meet.
Oh.
Everybody else is going to take this full damage. Gaius, you're going to take half.
Oh, God.
Here we go, everybody. Hold your breaths. Try not to die whilst I roll these dice. So, Juna, Gwendolyn, and the Shadow Spawn all take 35 points of fire damage. And Gaius takes 17.
Oh my God.
As this, and the walls are suddenly lit up. There's edges of fire all around the mezzanine balcony above you. The chandelier itself is caught by this magical fire as light is refracting all across the room with it. And those of you that are hit are kind of knocked back a little bit as this searing heat singes your skin.
Juna does not look great. She looks like that could not happen to her again.
Can Juna make a concentration check, please?
Well, how do I make a concentration check?
So it's a constitution check, and you need to roll higher than a 17.
It's a con saving throw. I'm just going to say, just in case your con saving throw is higher than your
even
check.
better.
It is. But it does mean I don't have my second chance.
Oh no.
It is. Oh no.
Oh no.
12.
Oh no! Hang on, doesn't that save? Isn't it above 10 for concentration?
No,
it's
it's
half
above
the
10
damage.
or half the damage,
But
whichever's higher.
Whichever's higher, yeah.
So
There's nothing I can
Juna,
do, is there?
as you're kind of thrown back, you drop this slug, which instantly erupts out into the form of Petrogranius, who rolls onto the floor, looking panicked, surprised, and, lucky that they're not burnt up as well.
No bit
So
of
we've now got-
singeing on the pocket that they were in.
Small bit of singeing, but they were largely protected by Juna, unfortunately, at that point. It is...
We've got a Shadow Spawn, a Faceless Footman, an Arcanist throwing fireballs.
Oh, good!
That's what we needed in this situation.
It only ever needs to escalate quickly.
The the Arcanist, seeing Petra suddenly appear, uses their movement to rush over to them, and again stands guard almost over the body, looking again very confused as to how Petra's just popped out into existence.
Okay.
But it is Enkidu's turn.
They're close to. Are they close to me now?
No,
I've
so they're
moved to Petra.
no,
Yeah.
so they've rushed over. So they're basically between the Gaius, Gwendolyn, Juna space. They're towards the door, toward the gallery, and you're stood in the door to the music room. So yeah, about 15 feet away from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to enter the room, unsheathe the scimitar, and just try to swipe at their neck.
Go for it.
Advantage on each swipe. 2 attacks. That's a natural 1, but it's an advantage. It's an advantage for the first strike.
Okay, good.
So it is 19 to hit for the first one.
19 hits.
yay!
13 points of force damage
13, lush.
for the first one.
Okay, cool.
Second attack. Oh, that's terrible. The highest one was a natural 5 plus 7 plus 1. So that's a 13. I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, I might get it with Bardic Inspiration.
Nice.
That's a 6.
Which
So
brings you
13
up
plus
to
6.
19.
Yeah, 19.
That hits. Amazing. Oh my god.
That's a 6 on the die. Plus 4 is 10. Plus 3 is another 13. I'm trying to cut her head off.
Yeah.
Oh, Petra, the Faceless Footman.
No. The Arcanist.
The Arcanist.
Oh, their
that
head.
We definitely don't want to.
Their head,
That
yeah.
we definitely don't want to kill.
Non-lethal.
Cool. I mean, they're looking very hurt, especially with these slices coming out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to stay there? Or are you going to dance back a little bit?
I'm gonna.
They've actually already used their...
Oh yeah, these are.
Oh, no, they haven't. They've had their turn since. So they do have a reaction.
If I move.
Well, I mean, they can't see you. So they'd have to make a check before they attack if they decide to.
It's fine. I'll stay where I am.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, following up that attack, which ends my turn because I don't want to use anything else. The Shadow Spore will run over and finish the job.
Go Shadow Spore!
I mean, have you seen this thing? This thing looks awful.
Yeah, let's try not to kill them.
But the first one's going to be Chilling Rend.
Mhm.
That's a natural 18.
18 hits.
Plus a lot of things. So it's like a 26.
Well, it definitely is then, yeah.
So that is 7 plus 4.
11.
11. Thank you. So it's 11 points of cold damage.
They're really not looking good, but they're still standing.
They're still standing.
Yep.
Oh man, they're gonna just use the other hand and open palm, just shut their jaw, just like a knockout blow. Oh my gosh. Oh no, that's a low roll. 7.
There are no small rolls.
It's my spell attack.
Only small dice.
Tiny dice.
7 plus 6 is 13.
Doesn't hit, unfortunately. Yeah, that one they do manage to parry with their silvery blade.
That is fine. That's all it has got.
Mm-hmm. So, Petrogranius stands up off the floor,
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
sort of holding on to the Arcanist, kind of looks at them for a moment, from Enkidu especially stood right there watching. You can see that the Petra is very subtly just rummaged through some pockets without the Arcanist noticing. Realizes that the amulet is not there. And you see that sort of Petra kind of stand behind, almost using the Arcanist as a human shield. However, the next thing that you see is a small blade just pierce through the neck of this person.
Of the Arcanist.
Which then pops slightly as this blade splits into 3. And just decapitates the Arcanist.
Oh my
God.
And then Petra kind of stood there with this blade in hand, takes a few steps back, looking around the room, and says, "Okay, I didn't appreciate being a slug, but I feel like we're not on opposite sides. So, what's the game, everybody?"
Are we still in initiative?
I mean, they've killed the person we were fighting.
They're kind of ready, but it's up to you what you do. It goes back up to Gaius if we are going into initiative.
Fuck. Sorry.
Fucking hell.
I want to do something, but it might cost me something dearly.
How are you looking with all your magical damage?
Gaius casts polymorph. He casts polymorph.
I love it.
Do it.
Yes.
He casts polymorph, and
Okay.
that means then that they've got to make a wisdom saving throw, I believe.
Wisdom save. Shapeshifter. Okay. That is a 17.
Oh my god!
No. Can you roll then the damage for yourself?
Yep.
Oh, mate.
You had to try.
Yeah, you did have to try. Oh my god.
Okay, good to know.
Excellent.
Gaius dies.
Gaius, yeah.
How are you looking, Gaius? How are you looking?
Well, no one can see me, so shall I tell?
Well,
or
Orin
not?
can.
Orin can.
I can. You can whisper to me if you want. Do you want to whisper in the chat?
No, Aura can see like deep bruises around his neck and his face, and there is like blood dripping from his eyes and his nose. Yeah.
And just to add to it, Gaius, for you specifically, your butt cheek is aching no end.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you really feel like that whole muscle is just getting tighter and tighter with like it's making it hard to walk, to be honest with you.
Yep.
No.
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah, sort of the Petra kind of spins and is like, no more of that. Come on. What's going on? Are we heading downstairs or? Orin, it's your turn.
Okay, can you just revise me where everyone is currently?
So they're basically all in a group over by the door. The door to the gallery. So Petra is back up and away. Gaius is closest to the door. Gwendolyn and Juna's more along the wall. Gwendolyn's sort of crossing the room toward it. And then Enkidu and the Shadow Spawn had moved up into that space as well, just to attack the Arcanist. And obviously then the Arcanist's headless body is lying on the floor currently.
Oh my goodness. The door to the gallery, so that's like the corridor one that leads to the foyer.
Exactly.
And we need to get through there to the foyer and then down the stairs and then down the secret stairs.
Yep.
And currently, it doesn't look like the Faceless Footman has any idea where any of us are.
They're keeping much more of an eye on the Shadow Spawn that they can see than necessarily anyone else. But they're kind of aware that somebody was just attacking the Arcanist. There, they know that they've appeared from a certain direction to turn from being a slug into a person again. So they have an awareness that there are people near the door, but they're not looking at anyone directly.
I'm just wondering whether we can all just sneak away. So, sorry, how near am I to the door? I'm not that near the door.
No, you're probably about 20 feet away.
Okay, David. David, can I do my best impression of Gus?
What?
From the tavern.
Sure.
Rogue, I love it.
You can.
I was trying to think of just a person that we've encountered that leaves no trace to who we are. Oren will do his best impression of Gus and say out loud, are you working for the Children of Havoc? And then we'll peg it 30 foot towards the door, so that hopefully wherever that sound has just come from of him asking the question is not related to where Oren now is.
Amazing. Yep. And they do. They kind of spin, frown, and are like, yeah? Yeah, obviously. Gonna save my friend.
I assume that's the end of my turn.
Gwendolyn?
Oh no. Okay, so where I am, there is a door through to the office.
To the gallery. To the portrait gallery.
But there was also the door through to the office as well. Was another door
That's down the other end of the ballroom.
Other end of the ballroom. Okay.
Through the conference room. All right.
Yeah. So you go through the conference room at the other end of the ballroom to the office.
Is the door to the gallery open?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, David, how near to that door did I get on my...
Right up to it. Yeah. If you want to be stood at the door.
I mean, not in the way of the door.
Yeah, you've used enough movement to get there. Yeah.
I don't know where Junior is. Don't know where Guy is. So I can't heal anyone. Just don't know where they are.
Did you say that she bumped into me, David?
She's about to. Yeah, if Gwendolyn carries on moving toward the door, she's going to find herself start to touch people.
Okay. So I suppose, this is going on, but the last conversation Gwendolyn had was with Juna, which was, let's go and do this thing. She's also fully aware that a fireball will have caused great damage. She has cure wounds from her tattoo. So she is going to move in the direction of the door and basically see who the first crispy person she finds is.
Can you make a perception check? You walk forward, like hands outstretched, and find yourself touching two separate moving bodies.
Okay.
I want you to make a perception check to see which one's warmer.
Yeah, which is the crispiest? Like, which one is the most in need?
They are called Children of Havoc, aren't they? I haven't just made up that name.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
David, I know you said perception check, but I do have a +5 to medicine. And I'm just wondering if actually it really would be my medical skills that I would be using to determine which were the more in need body.
You're pan-fried and you're deep-fried.
These are different medical terms.
I know I'm reaching.
I will
here.
allow it because you're trying to do it to help somebody, see damage on
so
people.
I would be using my assessment through my hand.
Yes. So I'll say rather than looking for warmth, then you're looking for oozing blood.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
Oozing blood and burnt skin. So
The most ooziest
whoever it is that you're grabbing is
going to be the person with the lowest hit points.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Potentially is the one that I'm going to choose the
Who's gonna have the stickier,
So depends on how. Yeah.
bloodier touch?
So that's a 14 in that case for my medicine check there, for my ooze check.
In which case, I will say that your hand lands. You feel, first of all, a slightly smaller person that you're like, okay, not as small as Juna, not as tall as Gaius, must be Oren, and your other hand lands on Gaius, who, is not in a good way. So you feel the wince and the pain almost emanate off of him. You almost hear him as your hand touches him.
Okay, my friend does not feel good. They feel really crispy and not well. So Gwendolyn, having no idea how this is truly going to work, she kind of puts her hand on her crispy friend and tries to channel Juna in a way of being in her head, she's like, all right, let's make this work. Breathe in the flower.
And as she does it, she feels Juna's love for her as she does it.
Oh. Yeah.
A direct line from Juna's love through you and into Gaius.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful.
The wing thruple once again.
Do you want to know what you need to do, Grace?
Yeah, I don't know. Magic? Wow.
So it's 1d8 plus your spell casting ability modifier. So is that
Juna's spellcasting.
Is that Juna's or is that
Juna's, yeah.
Do I roll the d8 though?
Yeah, you can roll the d8.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 5
Plus 5.
plus 5. 10 points of healing, Guy.
Why have you become like Oliver Twist?
It's the effect
Please,
that curing
do you want
wounds
some
has
more?
on me.
Like, there's a good way to making Guy feel better, so thank you. Yeah.
Good.
And Guy just gives you, feels that and just gives a reassuring squeeze of, as a thank you.
Amazing. How much movement have I got left, David?
Let's say it was only a 5-foot step, really, to get to Gaius. So, the rest of your movement. Lots of movement.
So I've still got 40 feet of movement. How big is the ballroom?
Lengthwise is about 60 feet. Widthwise is about 30. 40.
Okay, she's done that. She's gonna she's gonna take inspiration from Orin and say before she moves, and she's going to say, "How do we know we can trust you?" And then she's gonna move towards the door.
Yeah, I realised I probably could have done something and spoken, but anyway, I didn't.
I don't know if I've done more than I should have done.
Amazing. But Petra's just like, I mean, really, I don't know if I should trust you at this point, but I'm not gonna hurt you if you're trying to help my friend. Are you? Looking around for all the voices. Juna, it's your turn.
Juna is going to cast Cure Wounds on herself,
Love it.
thinking that not really anyone can see her. She has healed herself 11 points because she was not looking good. Then she is going to try and do the same Gus voice.
I love the raw Gus.
And say to him, "We have no plans to hurt your friend," and then moves instantly towards the door as far as she can.
Cool. And Kidu then? It's your turn.
Where is the amulet?
I've got it,
You've got it.
but you don't know that.
All right.
Yeah, you don't know. You just know that the Arcanist doesn't have it and Petra doesn't have it. So yeah, you can assume that one of your friends has it.
What are they looking like? What is Petra looking like? They got their hands up or anything like that? Or...
So yeah, they're holding this sort of like triple-bladed dagger out.
Perfect.
Just waving it just a little bit. Yeah, looking a little bit frazzled, having been a slug.
Mm-hmm.
Still ever so slightly sticky.
Oh,
But
just a little trail behind them.
yeah, they're kind of like patient and aware.
Cool. Well, I couldn't find anything in the player's handbook. But what are the rules against maiming?
What?
It depends what kind of maiming you're trying to do.
I'm going to cut their hand off.
Sure. I will say it's an attack roll with a higher DC.
Sure.
As you're trying to be really specific.
Sure. Advantage, because I'm invisible. They stood right in front of me. Because this mass murderer fucker I do not trust. It's 24.
24 hits. Yeah, I'll allow that.
Cut their hand off. Do I roll damage? Does the damage determine how successful the strike is, or is it just like I just hit them?
Roll damage as well. But I will say that all of the damage is going directly into their wrist.
Great. 7 points.
Ooh, 7.
I can always attack twice.
Yeah, so I will say that whilst your blade does sink into their wrist, and as soon as you sort of strike, there's this ripple of like transformative energy almost. Like their skin like starts crawling a whole bunch of different colors. Their wrist does not come right the way off, but they do scream with pain.
All right. Okay. And then for the second attack, I'm gonna.
And I will say, actually, with that first attack, they would have dropped their blade just because it's quite a.
Perfect. Would it count as an action to kick it away? Or if I pick it up, it'll be invisible, won't it?
Yeah, it'll take a moment to disappear, but then it will turn invisible.
I'll pick up the blade, and as. Oh no, my action is 2 attacks. So.
It's up to you whether or not you take the second attack, though. Yeah.
Oh yeah, can I take the second attack as like.
To grab the blade.
To grab the blade, yeah.
Absolutely, I'll allow that.
Cool. Grab the blade, and then I'll whisper, "We don't trust you, but you're still coming with us." And the shadow spawn is going to give them a big bear hug, and grapple them.
Nice.
Okay, they're trying as much as possible to like hold in the whimpers of just agony as most of their wrist, most of their hand is hanging loose.
Yeah.
Oh.
They start like grabbing the edge of the robe and just tying it around, trying to like stop the bleeding just a little bit.
Shadow Spawn doesn't let them do that. He just grabs
even
them
that.
like,
Okay,
fuck you.
cool. In which case, yeah.
And then I'm heading out back towards where Pellegrini is, expecting the Shadow Spawn to bring them with me. Like, fuck this. Do not trust this.
So you march over, feel a bump of other people as you all are gathered around the door. And then Enkidu, do you open it?
Yeah.
Amazing. I will say we'll be out of initiative then.
Cool.
What do you all do next?
Because I'm the only one who can see everyone.
I think Juna checks in with Orin and says, Orin, what is going on?
Fireballs, guys looking toasty. What do I need to report? I will just give her a quick indication where everyone is, and that Gwen's got the amulet in case Juna doesn't know that already.
I think if it's okay, Juna will relay that to everyone. I think
exactly. Update.
Juna's felt quite lost in this battle, and I think she would be keen for everyone to kind of be aware of what's going on.
Kind of getting back everyone back on the same page again. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I will say, obviously, because each round of combat only takes 6 seconds, that by this point, we're getting to... You've got a minute and a half before your detect magic thing wears off. That was, slick. You've got a minute and a half as you kind of all...
Yeah.
You know that Gwendolyn's got the amulet, and you start booking it, I assume, for the stairs?
Yeah.
Gwendolyn is pretty speedy, and she's going for it. She's running as quick as she can.
And I assume if I see that happening when Juna's messaged me, I'll be like, we're heading now.
Gwendolyn's already on the move. She's gone.
Yeah. And as soon as Enkidu's opened the door, the shadow spawn drifting through, holding Petrogranius, who's bleeding out.
It walks, by the way.
Or does it walk?
It walks, yeah.
Weirdly, that's more terrifying.
That's kind of
Yeah,
holding
it's
somebody's
it's
chest.
the image of a person, so it will walk.
I mean, just for the sake of argument, I just want to just send a message to Enkidu just saying, hey buddy, just heads up, they're probably going to be seen, so we don't want to raise any further suspicion by having them being grappled by a monster shadow. Could the monster shadow just do any grapple but walk next hand in hand almost? I don't know.
But they're bleeding.
Just if you see the boss being grappled by a shadow monster on the cams, then
And a Arcanist with a head cut off, says somebody else.
It really. That's enough.
You know what?
already.
That's enough. Yeah. Guy will think again halfway through that thought and go, no, you know what? That was great. That was awesome. That was terrifying. Let's carry on.
And by the way, the camp, the surveillance would have picked up that Petrogranius killed an Arcanist. So we're in the clear.
And the weapon is on the floor, I believe, currently in the room.
Oh, I've got it.
Oh, you've got it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Enkidu grabbed the weapon.
Sorry.
Retcon. Yeah, though the shadow spawn is not under the same effect of the anti-detect magic thing that you all are.
Yeah, it's just a wandering big thing that can be fully seen,
Absolutely.
heard.
Yeah.
And is now carrying Petrogranius through.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You all rush down the stairs.
The Arcanists are descending on this place in 20 seconds, aren't they?
Yeah, you do not have long. Gwendolyn, you reach the bottom of the stairs, and almost as you get to those last few steps, the amulet in your hand powers up. The stone itself glows a soft, a purplish blue in its center, and the floor where you would have reached the basement is just not there as you approach.
Oh.
And the stairs themselves continue even further downwards.
She's just going to keep going. If anybody does message her at any point,
I think Juna would have been
checking in.
checking in for sure.
Are you going to wait for other people to join you before going down, or are you just going to head straight down?
No, we don't have time. She's just going for it. She knows we've gone a limited time.
In which case, as Gwendolyn rushes down underneath the stairs, as everybody else reaches the bottom of the stairs, you just see a floor.
Oh, fuck.
What?
Gwendolyn, as you look back, you can see everybody coming down the stairs and then stopping.
Okay, she walks back up the stairs then.
Oh my gosh.
Just for that brief moment of
she runs back up. She runs back up and realizes she was realizing, okay, it's because I've got this. Okay.
Yeah. And again, it's like you almost see this small glow reappear and like the floor disappears.
Yeah.
So that everybody can
calm down.
Everybody can see the stairs and this little glow just where Gwendolyn is.
If like Vicky said, Juno would be checking in. Gwendolyn is messaging to ask, we just need to get out of here, I'm assuming. Can you check with the others?
What, rather than going down to Pellegrini, or after we've been to Pellegrini?
No, it's get Pellegrini and get out of here.
Okay, yeah, she relays that to everyone.
Yep.
Amazing. So you all rush down, and the staircase continues to spiral down. It's very well lit, the staircase, but it continues down and down, hundreds of feet.
Oh
fuck.
man.
And as you kind of look down the center of it...
Have we brought... Sorry to interrupt the beautiful description. Have we brought the Faceless Footman down with us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, the floor has sort of sealed itself up again behind you all. But as you kind of look down, the stairs do eventually just disappear into darkness. And that's where we're going to end the episode.
Oh my god!
What? Have we just been completely betrayed?
By what?
By the petals. By divination. No, it's just... This is deep. This is real fucking deep. Shit.
I have so many questions.
It's a demi-plane.
Oh my god.
It's a demi-plane.
Let's play again.
Yes.
You have been listening to David Knight as your Dungeon Master, Ben Galpin as Orin, Chris Watts as Gaius, Daryl Bailey as Enkidu, Grace Kelly Miller as Gwendolyn, and Vicky Gaskin as Juna. Original music by David Knight. Please tell your friends, subscribe and follow us on all social media. Thank you for listening to No Small Roles. Anon for now.